Bruh. No. No. Okay. Well, it lasted long enough, I guess. What is up, boys? Welcome back to the channel, welcome back to another video, and welcome back to another TG video. So if you know me, you know I already have some videos about TGs on the channel, but I kinda can't make others because I don't have the set Delta XL version. But during the KC Cup I came up with an idea how to make a new version of the TG deck. I really was inspired by Gokis, as Gokis, when they are destroyed, search for their monsters, and in the same way TGs do the same thing, you know. Some, not all, but most of the TG monsters, when they are destroyed, in the end phase they search. So what I was thinking about is to make a more controlled version of the deck, which is not focused on making synchros on your opponent's turn, but making tons of advantage with them searching and back row, you know, to carry a bit. Back row is very important to deal with opponent's monsters a bit, and then the back row, of course, and then you can, you know, go in with your synchros. So this is just an idea. This is just an idea how we could test out the deck. Of course, this is untested territory. This is literally just my idea that I got randomly. Now this is how I would try out the deck if I had Book of Moon, but because I don't have a Book of Moon, I decided to play a more trapped heavy build, which I will show you a bit later. Just a second. I also would like to play Harpy Slash, because we can make it easily on the first turn with Screw Serpent, Buster Raptor into the Star Guardian and Werewolf. And if you have a slash plus back row on your first turn, that's a great first turn. And on the follow-up, or you can even set a couple of your TG monsters, and then you know if he destroys, you get searches and stuff. So because I don't have Book of Moon, I decided to play this version with Endless Trap Hell with Odeon. Why is that? Well, because we don't necessarily need the flight control skill if we can already search with our monsters when they are destroyed, you know. So and I really like Endless Trap Hell because that +1 can make us survive for a turn, can gain us a lot of advantage, which we will see now in the Duel Replays. But also we do have lots of monsters with which we can, if we don't open traps, we can still make plays, you know. Traps is only when we don't open tons of monsters. Or you jump on me and say, oh, what did you do to my TGs? You just made them a trap deck. Well, you will see in lots of replays we mostly relied on the monsters, and back row was kinda, you know, there to help out with monsters. And I think in tons of cases we didn't even use the skill. So yeah, and also I'm like I said, I'm just trying this out. Try this out for yourself. This is still work in progress. I'm just trying it out for myself. That's why I wanted to post this video. I'm just trying it out for myself. Plus, I did make a 13-in-1 win streak, which is amazing. Plus, I only lost because my internet, you know, my internet was acting weird all of a sudden. But so I technically only lost, you know, once, but I could have went further, but it was kind of late, so I said fuck it, it's 13-in-1. I'm not going any further. So again, this is not, hopefully this doesn't turn out just into a trap deck. Play around, see what works for you. I'm just telling you my idea behind it, and the idea behind the deck. The goal of the deck is different with the past TG flight control version, because we do rely lots on our searches and lots on, you know, control, not OTK, which flight control did. So here is also the extra deck. As you can see, we don't play Animaru, we don't play Quarion. Why is that? Because we like having multiple synchros. We like going into multiple synchros instead of going for a one big. Like you would either go for a Black Rose and Aquarian and then follow up with Hama in the OTK version. But in this version we kind of go for more. We go for Coral, we go for Squire, and then we go into Hama. But anyways, let's now jump straight into Duel Replays to show you how good this deck actually can be. I like being creative, you know, and I really felt like there was something with the searches. And the good thing is that we can special summon our TG monsters, so we can get lots of searches. He will have to, you know, if he wants to go through to our life points, he kind of has to attack and swing in. So that gives us a space to search our monsters and then take advantage of him trying to take advantage of us, you know. So anyways, you will see in lots of duels we just open straight up monsters with a couple of back row. So that's why, you know, you wouldn't say that this is just a back row deck, bro. You know. Of course, in some duels we definitely do rely a lot on the back row, but in lots of duels, as you will see right now, sure, and this is why I like TTH, because and this is why I would maybe potentially play double TTH, but in this trap heavy build we kind of have to play only one, because our TG monsters search when they are destroyed. So even if we can't resolve on both of their monsters, one, you know, if we resolve on one, that's already great. Here we go for Coral, because when Coral is destroyed or sent to the graveyard, we can draw one card. That is a great thing to do, because we can't really play with the Levianeer, as he is too oppressive for us. Our deck is constructed to play around other decks like Hanamets, Harpies and stuff, because we can get tons of advantage going really fast. But Thunder Dragon is a deck that can kinda, you know, just build crazy amounts of advantage over us. But let's see, how do we deal with this? So I guess we don't Canadia here, because yeah, now if he wants to destroy our monsters, we do keep our Canadia, which is amazing. And now we have a clear board with, you know, he only has double monster. We can destroy one. Okay, top deck Levianeer, not bad. Not a bad top deck, bro. Okay, we'll have Fiendish. This is why I like traps in this deck, because combined with our monsters, it really helps. It really helps to you know, adapt into the game. You know, if we didn't have Fiendish here, our monsters don't do anything, and flight control version basically sucks in that situation, you know. Okay, top decks are Roar, not bad, bro. But we're still chilling, because that we get tons of advantage with our monsters, and then we also get tons of advantage with our traps and the skill which brings back. But yeah, I will still try to see how it's going with this is why I like TTH in this deck, because if we only have one and we return it, we can reuse it. So it's amazing. I will still try to play with the flight control version, but yeah, this is looking pretty good, not gonna lie. And yeah, we win. Easy. Also, if you're new, consider subscribing. It really means a lot, so I can make more videos like this, you know. It really helps to grow the channel. Also, it does help you to not miss when I'll be posting out other videos like this in the future. So yeah, I think we had 8-0 and then 5 win streak, or maybe 5 and then 8-0, something like this. Okay, so Harpies, you would think that, oh, it's Harpies. Harpies are bad for a trap deck. Well, look, look, bro, what trap deck? Where do you see traps, bro? Traps are good for us in a long run, you know. Here we will try to rely on our monsters, and then later on when we draw traps, it will kill off the opponent. Combined to get monsters and traps, you know, we find the perfect balance. And here is the amazing thing, that we have 3 monsters on the field, so Harpies can't OTK us. And if he wants to you know, to pressure us, he will have to attack into our monsters. Or he will have to bounce, and we can reuse them. So yeah, he bounces our Screw Serpent. Thanks, yes. Bad aim onto the slash. He does have a lance. Okay. So as you see, no carrying from traps just yet. Okay, Roach. Roach is a bit problematic here, of course. That's why we like traps. Like, do you not see, like, in Flight Control regular version, we would just straight up lose to Roach, you know, or yeah, sure, we can search for the Rhino. Unfortunately, I don't play Rhino here because I think that the better thing is to, you know, just have your traps, bro. So yeah, I do decide to. I thought of, like, what is my out to Roach? Maybe just going through it, you know, going into double synchros. But then I thought again, like, surely I will top deck another trap, and basically any trap to stop him negating is basically game for us, because he's kind of low on resources here. So I decide to set up our field. He does give us more searches. Okay. We top deck Fiendish, that's amazing. He also has a TTH, which also helps us a lot because we get our searches. Like, look how much advantage we're building. And now we Fiendish, we barely survive, and now we can OTK. That's basically the Flight Control version. Now steps. We summon our monsters, go into our plays. Hama. Is this lethal yet? It is not, but we kind of have the whole board set up, so yeah, that's a GG. I think this shows amazing how the deck can work. Like, we went through a TTH, through Harpy slash bouncing our monsters, through a Roach. I mean, the Flight Control you know, the basic version wouldn't do anything here, and I think we didn't even use our Endless Trap Hell. So maybe we can play with Flight Control version. But yeah, it's definitely up in the air. We need to test it out a bit, but it's definitely showing some promising signs, to be honest. So when I try to test out new things, I just, you know, start playing them, and I don't try to achieve a win streak, but you know, this just happened, and I think that is a very good sign. Like, if you have a random deck and you just test it out for a couple of duels, and you go on to have this big win streak, that shows you the potential the deck can have, maybe. Okay, so it seems like we are going to rely here on the back row. Good thing is that he is going first, so we don't have to deal with the hunting ground. One would think it's a trap deck. It definitely loses to Harpies, right? Well, let's see. Okay, what is the play here? Okay, so we're going for Coral Dragon. Now we're chilling with one back row only, and now we have a decent advantage of the board because we have Coral Dragon who can pop monsters. We have Canadia, which is not a bad protection, plus we are one card away from getting back one of our traps, which does help a lot, to be honest. That one extra card is sometimes the factor. I don't think here is the factor, but okay, maybe it will be. Okay. Canadia also is amazing in this deck, I would say, because it does go, we can synchro summon with it sometimes, and also just a beater on the field is amazing, as you will probably see right now. Okay, so we search with the Coral. We can now go again, and look, he did nothing with his TTH. We just rebuild our board completely. So yeah, as you can see, traps didn't really carry that much here. Like, if we had Book of Moon instead, you know, no difference, really. And you might say something like, bro, what the hell, why are you talking so much about traps? We don't care, we're just here for TGs, man. I'm just telling because some people, there are lots of people, especially on the Reddit, who are like, yo, that traps are... Stay away from those traps, traps are bad. Traps are bad for you, bro. They are unhealthy and not fun at all. Like, traps are very important in this game. Like, if you, like, it's imagine if we said extra deck monsters are bad, then you should just play regular monsters. Like, you are why are traps specifically bad? They can only be bad if it's too oppressive, but as you can see from the meta, traps aren't too oppressive, and when Onomats face, like you can see, when Onomats face a trap deck, they are happy because they have back row removal and they can just power through back row. So back row isn't unhealthy, you just need to, you know, play around it, and that requires thinking, which is sometimes, you know, for tons of people not so fun maybe. Okay, so for some reason he plays Heliopolis. So yeah, I just wanted to say that do not have some, you know, the stigma about traps, because traps are an integral part of the game and you will have to rely on traps if you want to be better, you know. But anyways, Gaga Bolt, we can bad aim, we can Canadia. So yeah, here traps are integral for us because we have to deal with Onomats in some way. Okay, so we are straight up chilling with the Black Rose, destroying his field. Now we can go for our monsters. Let's see. We rebuild our whole board, go for our level 5. He Canadias, which is fine, I guess. We do have a Floodgate, we do have a Werewolf, we can Floodgate. Okay. He suicides, which gives us a search and removes his monster from the field, and he scoops as he knows it's GG. Look how much advantage we built. We straight up went through his back row, through his Heliopolis, through his code, through his everything. So yeah, I think this duel shows very well why we like playing this more of a control build instead of an OTK build, because if we don't OTK, we'll straight up lose, while here we can build lots of advantage with our searches and stuff. So we beat Harpies 2 times as a trap deck. We beat Onomats, we beat Thunder Dragons. I think that's basically it we had for now. Yuma and Astral again. Let's see. Can we repeat that? Win streak 7. So if we win this then going to be the first win streak. You know, the 8 we said, and then we'll have 5 more. So here again we don't open traps, which fits us decently as we can just go for monsters. But should we have waited here? He probably can't OTK through 3 monsters, so maybe the good thing is to just go for the, you know, regular TG beatdown. But I guess we decide to go for this. Let's see. Okay, so he books. Having the wolf in hand is amazing because he does special summon his monsters, so we can special summon the wolf back, you know. That's why I like having tons of wolves. Searching, like, first of all, if you get destroyed with the Booster Raptor, you may think, like, I should just go for the Screw Serpent, which can revive my monsters. But Screw Serpent, I feel like, is better in the later stages. You first want to set up with the Werewolf and with the Striker and with the Booster Raptor, so you get searches rolling, you get advantage, basically, plus you then have your Werewolf in the graveyard, so you can special summon it if needed with Screw Serpent, plus you do want to have a couple of them maybe in the hand, so you don't get OTK'd. Because through 2 monsters, lots of decks, even like Onomats, can OTK. Like if he had here if he first opened with a Doodoo draw and he had a Utopic in the graveyard, he could special summon and potentially OTK through 2 monsters. Okay, so let's see. Yeah, with the Bolt. So here, if he wants to threaten us, he has to attack, and then we get our searches. Now we can go for the Screw Serpent, special summon. Go for the Star Guardian. He negates here, which we wanted, really. That helped us, to be honest. We can destroy. Look how much advantage we built through that, because we destroyed his whole board, and now we're chilling basically with Canadia. Even if he top decks, you know, the head, we are set up with the back row, and as you can see, he top decks. He can go into. Why did he pass here though? Why didn't he go for the head? I mean, if he did go for the head, we would survive, and then we can finish him off next turn, so yeah, it's basically GG. And because he passed, we can OTK very easily with Hama, so yeah, that's again GG. So as you can see, I don't feel like we're stalling here. Like, okay, maybe we are stalling a bit with searching our monsters, but I don't think we're completely stalling. I think we're kind of setting up our field, you know. I don't want to be the complete, you know, stall 20 card traps in the deck and just stall it out. Sometimes it's necessary a bit because there are lots of decks in the meta that are oppressive and can OTK, like Cyber Dragon. But also sometimes you don't really need to. Sometimes you have your, you know, your monsters and you're chilling. Okay, so against Gaia, traps are very good because we kind of have to keep them in check, otherwise they can finish us off really quickly. He plays Refusion for some reason. So in the draw phase we can flip him down and we basically have an OTK through 2 monsters, I would say. Let's see. Endless Trap helps a lot. Can we destroy 2 monsters and attack for game? Let's see. So Squire, yeah, easy. Squire can first destroy 1 monster, Coral can destroy the other one, and we can attack for game. So as you can see, we are a stall deck, but but an OTK deck as well. So your opponent doesn't know what to do, you know. Does he attack? Does he wait? If he attack wow, man. If he attacks, he can get us monsters, so we can potentially build advantage and OTK him, as you saw right here. If he doesn't, then he also is waiting for us to set up with more traps as protection and more monsters. So yeah, it's incredible, to be honest, how this deck actually works. You know, you have to be a bit careful because when you're creating something new, it's to see. It's hard to see, you know, what are the limits of the deck, what are the good things, what are the bad things. Is the deck really good? You know, it maybe just feels good to me right now, but maybe the deck isn't. I don't know. So that's why I'm saying to you, test it out for yourself. See what works for you. I will try my best to test it out as more. I'm just sharing with you guys if you're, you know, if you like, and you'll probably like as you keep watching these videos. So yeah, let's continue. Sorry, as always, I talk too much. Okay, and now the last duel we have. Let's see, something spicy one time. Something spicy one time. Okay, maybe Valentine. We should struggle if we are a trap deck, right? Okay, let's see. I guess I don't have the confirmation of my win streak, so you're gonna have to trust me. Trust me on my word, I guess. It doesn't matter. I'm not attached to, you know, the win streak, whatever. Plus, to be honest, I did lose because of my internet connection. So yeah, that kind of leaves sort, you know, taste in your mouth. Here we are. It's amazing. We can go for. We kind of have to go here for stalling a bit, not going into our synchro plays just yet, as we are afraid of the back row. You know, if he has a TTH, it could be a big problem, or even a book. If he books one time, he can bounce. So we kind of have to wait for first couple of turns to build advantage, and then we can, you know, clap him. So here's playing here judging, which, you know, interesting. It's amazing we didn't play into it. it would have sucked to. So we can bad aim. We have to destroy the head judging. It really messes up our plays. He, fortunately for us, bounces the TG Werewolf, so we can special summon him if needed. Okay, and now we're chilling. I think we can now straight up OTK. Let's see though. No, his defense is too big for our striker, so that's why we can't OTK here. But as you can see, we didn't have to stall for that long. We just have to wait a bit. Now we're waiting. Okay, and now we can OTK, surely. Yeah, now it's easy game. You know, it's very hard for the opponent to think, will he OTK, to find the balance, how much to go in this deck, and it's very hard for him to OTK, and then that leaves us in a very good situation to OTK him. So yeah, I think this is a fun deck. I do think this deck has lots of potential, but we will have to wait and see in time how far this deck can actually go. But at least, you know, if you have your TG's flight control version laying around, and you can dust it off a bit, put in a couple traps, and here you go, bro. If you don't have traps, you can play TTH, you can play MST, you know, back row removal. Test it out, play what you have. You don't have to cry about, ooh, I don't have traps, man. you just have traps, man, carrying the deck. Whatever, bro, just put in whatever you have, man. Chalice, put in Lance, put in Canadia. Canadia is definitely amazing in this deck. Put in stuff you have, I don't know. Definitely don't need to put in tons of traps like I did, of course. But yeah, anyways, hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know what you think about the deck in the comments. I'm really interested in that. And I'll see you in the comments. See you in the next video. Bye.